I had an idea for this get together that I want to do. It was inspired by some video I saw at some point. But the premise is pretty much you plan some event at a place. Actually, it could be like at your house. Actually, anywhere. Whatever. Let's let's be flexible. And the goal is you invite a set number of people, and the requirement is each person invites someone else that doesn't know the group. The purpose is to start expanding friend groups and meeting new people who you normally wouldn't get to meet. I've always wanted to do something like this with regards to like a dinner party. I've always wanted to be in a place of my own, invite a bunch of people over, and cook them food. I still plan to do that. It's one of those things that I know will be a milestone for me of like a big step in my life. Because it's not just about the dinner, it's not just about the people, it's not just about, being in my own place. It's about all of those things together and more. It's about this milestone, this sign that, I'm aware of where I am right now, and one day I will be there thinking back to today. I will be thinking back to the days where I was in my room, in my parents' house, wondering and dreaming of a future distant day where I'm in my own place, I have my own family, I have my own routine, my own lifestyle. It's this dream of independence. And that said, it's not that I am ungrateful for the privileges that I have now and for the amazing gifts that I have now. I love still living here because I'm also aware that when I do leave, I am the type of person that tends to be a bit more, I actually don't know how I describe it. I don't want to say free-spirited, but in my own lane. No, that's also not the right way. I tend to just kind of like do my own thing, right? And that often leads me to not reach out to people for a long time. That includes my family. If I wasn't living here, it would be way less frequent that I would see and talk to my closest family, my blood relatives. And that's not something I'm proud of. It's something that I actually work on very consistently, very constantly, I guess. No, that's not the word. But I work on it all the time. It actually requires a conscious effort from me to be like, oh, I have to check in on this person. Oh, I have to treat this person this way. Oh, I have to not react in this way. Because I don't know if you're like me, but I have different circles in my life that I show up in different ways. And sometimes I could be tough on my family. I could be really tough on the people closest to me. And I think it's because I project my high standards for myself onto them. The reason I do it, I think, on a subconscious level, is because of how much I love them and how much I care for them. And I want what I feel is best. But the thing is, when I logically think about it, I know it's not true. It's more emotional. Emotionally, I know what I want for myself, and I want that for other people because I know getting those things would make me happy. Ultimately, I just want them to be happy. And the conscious effort of me showing up and doing things differently is me saying, this is a different person. Their definition of happiness and what will light up their life is different than mine. So I have to be very, very intentional about the ways I show up and how often I show up, because I have autopilots and it's not always helpful. Again, I'm saying all of this with a smile on my face because I'm just laughing at myself. When I talk about this, I think it's silly. I think it's borderline ridiculous showing up like this, and yet I do it anyways. but I'm better than I used to be. I used to show up angrily, probably because I was also angry with myself, but I used to be upset way more often. I used to think things and say things that didn't really help anyone. And it was because I wasn't meeting my own standards. I actually had standards way too high for anyone to really achieve. And then I would lash out for people not meeting those standards. I don't want to say I've lowered my standards completely, but I will say I made them more realistic. I reassessed them and made sure that, yeah, if there were high standards, I was also helping people to meet those standards. High standards are not a wrong thing. They're not bad. They're also not great. They're a neutral thing, and we get to decide what we make of it. High standards for quality of life are just that. It increases quality of life. But I think if you have high standards for other people, you also have to have high standards for yourself to support other people. And that doesn't mean doing it for them. Sometimes that means tough love. Sometimes that means advice. Sometimes that means hard lessons. Sometimes that does mean giving something to someone. Having high standards for supporting someone means giving them exactly what they need. Not what they want, what they need in order to succeed. So yeah, it's not all about giving the people in your life everything that they ask for, because usually that's just what they want, not what they need. I'm creating this dream life for myself, doing things like these dinner parties or just cooking for people in general, because it is the start of building that standard in my life. As I say, some of the biggest things holding me back right now are finances. If I had my way, I probably already would have moved out and been on my own and been doing my own thing and hosting these parties and bringing people together that I feel would benefit being around each other. I gotta get my finances up. That's all. Earlier today, right before I went to the grocery store, I was, doing my own finances to see where am I at. And let me be so for real, I'm not honestly even that close to being in the best spot, right? I'm still about, I'd say maybe like a solid year away from being more on this like stable footing. And I recognize that. And I also know that if I want that number to be smaller or to go by faster, I have to provide even more value to the world and to the marketplace. I need to make more money somehow, right? So I recognize that, if I'm not getting there any faster, it's my own doing. I'm not putting in the work to get there. I'm aware of that. Very, very, very aware of that. So none of this is me complaining about my circumstances. It's me just telling you about them to see if you can relate to where I'm at, to see if you can connect with what I'm saying. I don't want to be in silence, because I also know the more I talk about it, I do this thing where I get tired of talking about the same thing again and again. And usually in that case, it almost jumpstarts me to do something different, to do something about it. It's like I piss myself off about certain things intentionally to get that engine running, to kick it into gear and to go, right? Keep rubbing my beer. I like shaved this morning. Yeah. I trimmed it just a little bit, and so now it's like all fuzzy and fun to fidget with. Pause. Anyways, I think it'd be really cool to have that party, right? And then to like set up like, I don't know. I was thinking about some games, and one of the I don't love the type of games that are like Cards Against Humanity type games, or like Jack in the Box. Like, it's fun. It's like if you're already in a friend group, but when you're trying to like meet people and get to know them, that's not a great way to get to know them, right? I was thinking more just like help facilitate conversations, like start conversations. Like, yeah, maybe have like some games here or there, but ultimately the goal being, what can I do to help people meet other people, right? Maybe that's setting up certain questions and having everybody talk to someone they haven't talked to before, like doing something different. I think that would be really cool. And then at the end, all rules off the table, right? Talk to whoever you want, do whatever you want. But, talking about like, what'd they get out of it? Would they do it again? Like, was that something that would help them? I have this vision for what this night would be like. And I also know I want to do it multiple times with multiple different groups of people, because I truly believe in the power of proximity and being around, not important people, but people important to me, special people, powerful people. And I know I want to create those circles for myself. In order to create those circles, I do need to provide more value. Back on the value thing, right? In order to have people like that in my life, I need to level up my own life to be at that level worth being around, right? I'm not going to kid myself and say that, oh, I'm this great human being, this great individual. Anybody would be lucky to be around me. No. Well, there's a lot of people, that I do believe that about. I do believe that I have devoted my life to leveling up. And I also know that there are people that are leagues above me, doing what I'm doing, but on a larger scale, having much more impact. And these are the people that I look up to. And I know that in order to be around them, I need to do what they do and provide more value, give to more people. And I don't see that as a bad thing. I see that as a challenge, like a worthy challenge. And I'm excited to do it. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and just doing it. So I don't know when this party will be, but I know it's coming. I know it'll be here soon enough. I'm going to have a very good time planning it and executing it and just experiencing it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Also, beautiful weather outside. I got the light shining on me, right? Like you see my room here, but I got that natural lighting of me just like legs out the window, just chatting with you, like looking out. God, I love the sun. And I also have some other good changes coming in my life, and you know what? It's gonna be a lot more sunshine time, and even with the summer coming around, that's gonna be even more sunshine time. It's gonna be good. Always stay resourceful, stay happy, stay powerful, stay loving. So until next time, just remember to always fill up with the love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I love you.